All right, welcome back to the Level Up podcast. It is Monday, and May is almost over. It's crazy to think about that, but I feel like just the other day we were starting 2023. I know it's like kind of a cliche thing to say, but the time does move fast. And I think that is because we live in a fast world. You know, they're constantly having things give you dopamine and attention and requesting your attention. And that's, I think, what the main battle the everyday person kind of faces is where are they going to give their attention? Do they choose to put it into things that will level up their life, their happiness, their fitness, their wealth, their health? Or, you know, as many of us, including myself, choose all too often, do they just watch other people achieve those things? And as Joe Rogan puts it, I think that most people live lives of quiet desperation. And I say that because that was me at one point. And I felt pretty normal. It felt like a pretty normalized thing. So everyone is capable of snapping out of that. And if you're listening to this, maybe you already have. But this week is going to be a big week. I think every week, if you're really trying to make stuff happen and improve things, needs to be a big week where I'm constantly taking action. So I want to start the week off right with this podcast. You know, and I'm driving around in my car right now as well. So just another reason that there's no real excuses to not get done what you need to get done for the day. But yeah, this week I hope to kind of finalize a lot of my thoughts, at least my early thoughts on this idea of a creator space, sort of who it's for, how to market that effectively. And the thing is, like, it may instantly have to be refined and it can kind of get destroyed once I actually get to test it in the market. But I think I got to be adaptable. And this is what my gut's telling me is definitely do as much pre-planning as you can, but don't wait around for the perfect plan because it does not exist. Part of what I need to accomplish moving forward to make this creator space happen is find some sort of funds, right? Whether that is an angel investor or what have you. I think I need to become more well connected in the community. I've heard about the Chamber of Commerce doing these first Friday of the month breakfasts at 7 a.m. So I probably need to go to those and, identify which people in the community of Russellville in the River Valley want to see business growth, want to see community growth, and then have the means to support that. Who knows? Maybe I'll just meet someone that gives me excellent advice. This is one of the big things I've learned is you can't ever assume anything. You know how the saying goes. So assumptions are deadly. It's got me into trouble more times than I can count. And one of the things that still isn't really clear to me is how do you engage with people in your community that aren't already actively engaging in the community? There are a few small channels here and there that, it seems like some people of the area use. Probably one of the biggest ones being those Pope County swap groups, those Russellville groups. Those are administrated by just random people in the community, and it's really not necessarily any sort of growth happening there. It's just like grapevine gossip talk, selling things, whatnot, which is fine for what it is. And then there's a couple news publications, but, very few people my age pay attention to the news. I think very few people in general, the news is kind of, unless you're actively seeking local news, you'll never see it. And the news is already something that I feel like, especially my generation, our trust in it is so low as the creator economy has started to boom. And the creator economy, again, is something I want to bring to Russellville and figure out a way to localize that a bit. I don't think it needs to be 100% localized in the sense that if there's a creator here, they shouldn't limit themselves to only being relevant around here. But, there's that sense of community engagement, community support sort of deal that we can tap into. So yeah, local news is it's confusing to me. And I wonder if that's by design. I don't know. It's kind of into conspiracy theories, but if you want to achieve an outcome, You need to design your life and the things that you use to achieve the outcome, right? And when it's hard on those days where maybe you want to do a certain thing, but you've set up your life in a certain way that it doesn't really introduce this temptation, you don't have to deal with it as much. So the correlation here would be maybe big tech, maybe the system, whatever that means, sees value in not having people connected at a local level, because that is a very physical level where things happen. And it's much easier to like funnel these people into echo chambers online where now they start believing the earth is flat, or you do these, just hocus pocus stuff, right? And stuff happens. And then you can keep people isolated and feeling lonely that way. Again, is there some big tech person out there that has this evil plan? And probably not. It's probably a lot of reasons it is this way, but the result is all the same, where people don't know really, apart from maybe church groups, how to engage with local people. But the problem is, not everybody goes to church. So what do you do with those people? So it really is interesting. How we're going to fix this, I have no idea, but I think you have to start somewhere. And where I intend to start, again, is this creator space, this co-working arena, this mastermind, this collective of people that like to solve problems, improve themselves, and level up. So that is just a few ramblings of the day regarding the tech and the rest of this week. I imagine as the weeks go on, this podcast will also become more interesting. Get people on here, talk to them. But it really is just an exercise right now in discipline and taking action, and also just building in public. I really like that idea, is build in public. You get feedback in public. You improve rapidly. And it gets you used to like making yourself a little vulnerable. Talking is weird, right? that was really prolific. Talking is a strange thing. And yeah, you know how it is. It's hard to do that sometimes. Put yourself out there to any potential criticism. But you just got to do it. At least I have to get done what I know I need to get done. Anyways, thank you for listening to this episode of the Level Up Podcast. Come at you with more soon. Bye-bye.